Hello, I'm Kevin Steele from Vital, and I wanted to walk you through the process of a course copy for the new course template and show you some tips and tricks to make this a much easier process. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've managed to come into this GS 390 course that I'll be teaching, and you'll notice that learning modules has replaced the content section. Again, just as kind of a review, the course content section is what the students will use most, so it's located on top. Announcements being at the top only because it's the home page of the course when the students enter. Then we have grades and communication tools, and then we have that course information. And there's been a little bit of discussion about the syllabus possibly being at the top, but really we're trying to keep everything that the students would use most frequently towards the top of the left-hand menu. They'll use this information at the very beginning, but then it will be a little bit later on in the course. They'll use it just only as reference. Then we have our Valpo resources, Starfish, library guides. Nothing really has changed here. And then we have the Blackboard help section, which will just point everyone over to the yellow help button over on the right-hand side of the screen. So today's video is going to actually just focus in on this course copy process. So I'm going to start with course copy, and then we'll come back to the course. So I'll put a slide here talking about course copy, and then a slide in between the video showing you where the course copy and the little tips and tricks have already occurred and how to manipulate them into the template. That way you can skip ahead if you'd like to. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and walk through the process of course copy. Course copy will be found under the Course Management tab, and you'll go under Packages and Utilities. You'll select course copy, and you need to start this in the origin course that you taught in previous semester to copy it over to the future semester. So I'm going to just select here course copy materials into an existing course, and I will select Browse. And it's going to ask me to select my course that it's going to. So I'm just going to use this course name section to sort by course name so that 2020 will show up on the top. So this is going to be the 2020 fall course. So there it is. I've located it. I'm going to select it, and I'll hit submit. And then it will ask me, what do I want to copy? So I want to copy all of this. I'll get rid of this. It's unimportant for what I'm doing here. I actually like to just use select all. I'm going to get rid of that one only because it's a test area that I use. I want to copy all of this information into the course. It is going to uncheck certain pieces, like availability. I do not want to turn the availability on right now. And then it will ask, I want to make the links over there, and I do not want to include the enrollments because I don't want the old students coming over to the new course. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit. This will bring over everything that I need for the course. You'll notice that it says you'll receive an email when the course is complete. I'm going to put that title slide in here now, and then we'll talk about how to fit that all into the new course template. Inside the current learning modules folder, you'll notice that there's an instructor consistency note. I want to preserve this note for my future reference because I'm actually going to get rid of the learning modules folder temporarily, and this note will go with it if I don't move it. If you're familiar enough with the template and the layout, or you've preserved the note in one of your other courses for reference, you can go ahead and just delete this learning modules folder. For my purpose, I'm just going to go ahead and move it. And then I'm going to select Browse, and it's going to ask me in here where in the folder structure for the Blackboard course I want to place it. So I want to place it in the content folder, which is the content folder down here, which is my old folder from the previous semester. I'm going to hit submit, and it will take me back to the learning modules folder, and you'll notice that nothing is in here. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this folder and I'm going to delete it. Now you'll notice it goes announcements and then skips down to discussions. And you're probably following my train of thought here. I'm going to come down here to rename the link. And I'm going to call it Learning Modules. And I'm going to go ahead and name it Learning Modules. You'll notice it didn't move yet. I do have to move it where it belongs. So I'm going to move over here to the left-hand side where it turns into that crisscross, I'm sure there's a better name, icon, and I'm going to place it under announcements. And now I have successfully moved my entire content section to where the new learning modules folder simply by renaming the folder and deleting the template folder. Now, from semester to semester, that folder will be copied in a course copy and it will be applied in the template, and you won't have to do this again. There are other objects within here. You may have had a syllabus folder or those types of things in here. What you can do is you can go and you can take your syllabus and you can move it into the syllabus and course information. Each of these areas has an instructor consistency note within it. So this one, for example, just says post your syllabus, course calendars, policies, but don't put in there tools that will be referenced throughout the course because those go in the course tools and resources. And so if you're ever guessing what goes where in the template, you can go in here and you can see that we've listed out just a couple of examples. If you have leftover materials down here, like I have this web links folder that's not visible to students, but it could be something that I've used in the past. So what I can do is I can either just leave it there and make sure the visibility is turned to unavailable, which it is. So the other one that came over were the two Blackboard help, and we've condensed that into one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and delete out what I don't need. And of course, Blackboard will ask you a few times whether you really want to delete it because you really are deleting it for good. And I'm going to go ahead and select delete this menu item. But what I would do is I would actually, any other folders that I had, like syllabus links, those types of things, professor information and, other things that would belong in these other folders, I'm going to simply come in here and whatever folder they may be in, and I'm going to use this move command. If it's a folder, great, it will take everything with it. If it's an individual assignment that needs to be moved or something that goes in a different folder over here, you'll have to move those individually. I hope that helps. If you do need any further assistance, please feel free to submit a ticket to Vital, and we will be sure to answer it as soon as we can. Any questions, please let me know. Happy to help however I can. Thank you.